Hi. So the show I chose for this assignment is one that I've been watching for a while now. It's called Shameless. If you haven't seen it, it's kind of all over the place and super crazy. There are six kids total. And so the oldest sister, Fiona, takes care of the five younger siblings in the family because both the parents abandoned them. And so that's kind of the premise of the show. And so for this assignment, I watched a few episodes of that and I took notes of some examples of the negative messages that the parents or parental figures in the show were portraying to the younger siblings in the family. And so the episode I watched is season 3, episode 2. And so throughout the end of season 2, the father, Frank, left the family completely without a trace. Everyone in the family was trying to contact him and track him down, and he was just ignoring everyone. And then almost all of the children, so 5 out of the 6 of them, were not going out of their way to get him and track him down because they expected this behavior from him because he's constantly leaving them for long periods of time and then returns as a drunken mess because he's an alcoholic and he's just not being a good father. But one of the daughters, Debbie, is trying her hardest to spread the word that her dad went missing. So she was putting up flyers for him and she was relentlessly searching for him. And so this whole situation involves the parent behavior of love withdrawal because he's constantly ignoring his young daughter's calls and attempts to try to contact him because he's her dad. And so she's feeling isolated and desperate for him to come home because she has no prominent parental figure in her life because she doesn't have her father and she doesn't have her mother. So that's a good example. And then another good example is that the parents being absent in the show is a good example of their weak influence on their children's moral development. And so there's complete lack of moral or lack of modeling because the parents don't make any good choices when they're even with the kids because every time they see Frank, he's drunk, acting up. And then this is discussed in the textbook on pages 263 and 264 that there are no role models in their lives that are displaying leadership. So again, Frank's never displaying any positive moral behavior in front of his kids or moral reasoning. And so as a consequence, they kind of adapt to how he handles situations and how he interacts with others in his life. And then they see what personal choices he's making and model their actions and decisions after him. And so, yeah, in conclusion, Shameless is a very good show to watch for lots of examples of how parents send negative messages to their children and how the children's moral development in turn is altered and conforms to what they're exposed to.